Thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Hey, India, nice to see you. Nice to see everybody here. Thank you guys so much for the support. I'm always grateful, always thankful to see all of you guys here. And I hope all is well with each and every single one of you. I hope you guys have been enjoying your week, of course. The weeks go by very quickly, so you got to soak it up, no matter what's been going on, you got to enjoy every single day as much as you can. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to wait for some more folks, of course, and then I'm going to go in. I'm going to go in. Thank you guys so much for the positivity, good vibes, good cheer. It's always nice. Hey, Josh. Hey, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Hope you guys have been feeling great. Hey, Dwayne. Hey, everybody. Good night to you as well. I hope you guys are having a wonderful night or early morning, depending on where you're at. It's always a vibe to be here and to talk to all of you. It's super cool. Yep. Hey, Keys of David. Nice to see you. Always nice to see all of you. Always great. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. It's like people are going to want you now. You're right. People want you now, right? People didn't see your light before, but they see it now, so they want you now. And it's because your light makes them look attractive, right? It's like the way that you shine, you make other people shine too, but they didn't see the shine before, or if they did, it's like they didn't take it seriously, or they didn't think it was real or something like that. It's always when you're gone and you're shining bright in other rooms or shining bright in other fields, shining bright in other places. It's like people are seeing you like they've never seen you before. You're looking brand new to people, right? Brand spanking new. That's what they say. You're looking like $1,000,000, all right? And it's way beyond the materialistic sense. Like you're looking like you're on top of your game, right? And people see that about you now, and so they want you now, right? And it's always in hindsight. They say hindsight is 2020, right? So it's like people see after the fact. They see clearly now. They see who you are now. And it's like they can't get into your good graces anymore. That could be the situation. It's like they can't get around you now. They cannot link you up now and be like, hey, what's going on? Because it will come across as fake. It will come across as needy, or it'll come across as wishy-washy as well. It's like, if you didn't want me then, you don't call my line now. All right. And of course, it doesn't have to be always a romantic thing. It could be anybody. It could be platonic. It could be people that dissed you or doubted you. It could be people who just did not see your light in general. Right. And here's the thing, too. It's like at the same time that you learn about yourself and you learn about who you are and what you're really made of, simultaneously, people are learning about you as well. Right. So it's kind of like, well, when you find out who you really are, people are seeing you for who you really are as well. And so it's like, but wait a minute, though. What about when you're going on your journey to find out about yourself, what you're not good enough, right? Like what, oh, I'm not good enough because I don't fully know who I am. And it's like, we want people to keep it real at all times. And not everybody's going to keep it real with you because people are superficial, right? Maybe you didn't look the part before, right? Or maybe, maybe you didn't feel confident about yourself before, but you feel confident now. So you're looking different now. And now people want you. And there was always an irresistible factor, most likely, about you, but it wasn't the tangible sort of irresistible. There was something about you, most likely, where people kind of felt like there's something about this guy or about this woman that I can't put my finger on, right? And so now when they're seeing you in your full glory, it's like now they see what it is. And it was that spirit, and people don't want to get into the spirit of things. They want to get into the materialistic. If you don't have nothing to show, people are not going to hit your line, right? That's how it goes in this world. It's like when you have nothing to show physically, people don't want to know you. They're going to pretend like they do not see you. We see all those pranks online where it's like, a guy will try to hail up a woman on the street, right? And she doesn't want to look at him until she sees him jump into the Maserati, right? And why would that be, right? It's like people think that you have, you don't shine unless you have something shiny on you, right? And that's, of course, fake. That's not real, right? That's not true. But here's the thing. It's like when people realize that it always was your spirit, then people are going to see, wow, that's kind of deep. And there is something irresistible about that because once again, it's not tangible. And it's like people can't tamper with that. People could take anything off of you that they want to take off, but they're not going to tamper with your spirit. That's just one thing they will never get down pat. Right. And so it's like when people are looking at you from the outside now, because maybe they're no longer in your life, they're looking at you like, huh, who is that? That can't be the same guy or the same girl that I knew. Because why are they looking like that? Why are they moving like that now? Does she always smile like that? They're trying to like remember, like, is this who you are? Like, why can't they remember you in this light? Why are you looking brand new? Then they'll hit you up. All right. People may not have seen your light before, but they're seeing it now. Now they're hitting your line. Now they want to call. Now they want to hang. Now they want to drink. Now they want to chill. Now they want to collaborate. Now they want you back on the team. It's like, but when you were all of those things and more prior, right? These people are acting like they didn't see you. Right. So it could feel very disrespectful when now that you feel good about yourself, now people feel good about you. Right. But it was always the spirit though. So why couldn't they see that? Once again, it's a superficial thing. Yep, it's a superficial thing. Hey, Adam. Hey, Dubs. Hey, Lee Nichols. Yeah, Lee Nichols says access denied. And sometimes that's how you got to move, right? Because here's the thing is that if you're looking brand new to a lot of people, it's most likely because you have adopted a new mindset, a brand new mindset. And so it's like, do you really want these kind of people around you who, uh, you know, denied you before or rejected you before, right? When they felt like you were less than or didn't have nothing to show. We got to be careful here because we don't want these kinds of people around us to where it's like we're being used or we're being seen only in a certain type of light because we have a certain amount of money or a certain type of whip or whatever, a certain type of wealth. We're looking like money now, or we're looking happier now, or we can go get more things now than maybe in the past we couldn't have got it. It's like people have to love you when you're down. If they cannot do that, I'm telling you, it isn't real. It's just not real, and it's never gonna be real, right? But it's like it came down to the spirit. The spirit does not, money and cars and beautiful women and men. It's like it doesn't equate to the spirit. That's what it really comes down to. And you got to have that beautiful spirit. And I do feel like people want you now because they see that it was the spirit, right? And once again, it's like it's always in hindsight, right? Where people realize that, listen, you were something different, right? And they cannot just walk up into your life and be the same type of way because they see you're not the same type of way. So they got to pump the brakes. They got to watch how they approach you now, how they talk to you now. People are forced to respect you now, right? Because you did the work. So they can't just walk in your life and be like, hey, I'm the same old guy, same old woman. It's like, no, you got to approach me a little bit different now because I'm different, right? And there's certain things that you used to tolerate, you're not going to tolerate these days. I know how that is. You got to have some standards, right? And sometimes we don't have standards. We don't have a good self-esteem. We have low confidence, all these types of things. It affects how we move. It affects how we interact with people. And so it's like when you did the work, people are seeing that work in your eyes. People saw the gleam in your eyes. They see that you were shining. They saw that you were grinding. They saw that you were lively. People will see like that you're shining in a way where it's a certain type of way where it's like, they just cannot put their finger on it. They know that it's deeper than the materialistic sense. And that's the thing. It's like some people aren't like that. They feel like they cannot shine unless they have something on them that's making them look shiny, that's making them look irresistible. But the thing about you is that your irresistible nature has to do with your spirit, right? You got people, trying to come after you, wanting more of you, wanting to hit you up now, realizing now that's your hot commodity. You know what I mean? That you're somebody who is to be respected, somebody who is to be, people want to work with you now, right? People want to see you now. People want to call you now. Whereas in the past, you tried to call these people, they'd never answer the phone. It's like they would never want to give you the light of day. Like you were never good enough for these sort of people. And people will make you feel like that. Like you're just not good enough to be around them, to be on their team, to be in that group, that clique. Like people reject you. Completely and utterly reject you because you don't look the part. A lot of times that's what it comes down to. But it's deeper than the looks. And when people realize that, it's going to shake them up a little bit. It's going to make people feel a little bit like, wow, like what is this? Because once again, there's a lot of human scanners, right? They'll look up and down. They'll be like, yeah, he has nothing to show, right? But then it's like if they got to know you or if they gave you a chance, they would see that you're a lot deeper, right? So you're looking brand new to people when you did the work and you're not caring about what anybody else thinks. That's going to show. People are going to see that on you, see that in you. right? And so you got to be true to yourself as well. When you're true to yourself, you're going to shine a little different. You're going to walk a little different, talk a little different, right? And it's real. It's not like you're putting on a show. It has nothing to do with theatrics. It literally has to do with finding oneself and moving accordingly, because that's just naturally what's going to happen when you find out who you are. So it's great. It's fantastic. Hey, Sharon. Hey, everybody. Positive vibes all around. Thank you so much, India. And you said if you don't follow trends, they don't want you. They don't want you. And it's going to be that feeling like, this is what it was. This is what caused me to be rejected by these groups of people. This is what it was. And it's always superficial. It always is. All you got to do is take a quick glance and you will see how superficial so many people are around us. And then no wonder why things don't pan out, things don't work out. But it's for the best, though. You know what I mean? Because it's not all about superficial things or the materialistic sense. It has to be about the spirit. It has to be real. It has to be deeper than that. There has to be substance involved. If there's no substance, I don't want it. Straight up, And it's like, because substance is long standing, it's long lasting. Whereas all these other things, they come and go, they fluctuate, they go up and down, they can get destroyed, right? But what about substance? What about what's real? What about what's not tangible? If you notice, these things are more long standing and they feel more concrete versus things that are just, they come and go, or it's a fad, or it's a trend. It fluctuates, it's in and out. Like, what is it, from Monday to Friday, right? So that spirit, though, will not change so quickly. Like, that's something that is almost everlasting, like an evergreen tree. No matter what the season, no matter what, it's like that never changes. And you got to be real to the bone. You got to be real. You got to be cool to the core, cool with yourself, right? Not to say, oh, I'm so cool that I will never work on myself. Like, there has to be a balance here. You're looking brand new to people. You're looking brand new because people see you in a way where it's like, they know that it's real with you, right? And they know that you're not playing no type of games. And they know that you have substance as well, right? And substance is always deeper, sometimes hard to understand, right? Sometimes that's why people are afraid of you, because they don't want to get into what's deeper. They don't want that makes people afraid. The deepness of anything can be, petrifying for a lot of people. So it's like, this is the thing. So it's like when people are looking at you now, they're seeing, yep, I lost out on a good one. We targeted the wrong individual, right? We targeted the wrong guy. I let this person go. Why would I cheat on this person? It's a lot of things that people are realizing now. You looking brand new, people are realizing that you were very special to them, right? Whereas before, they treated you like an actual option, it's you, and then there's other people as well. Like, it could never be equal. It was never a balance, It's always like you versus everybody else, and they treated you like they were ranking you. Like, you don't rank high enough for them to care about you, or you don't rank high enough for them to want to, it's like some mean girl stuff. You can't sit with us, right? Because you don't meet the criteria, and, you're going to make us look bad, or, you don't fit in with the crowd. But it's all materialistic, and once again, it has to be deeper than that. And sometimes you can change the face of things because you are deeper than that. You're going to let people see who you are, that people are going to realize, wow, I'm super shallow. Like, I'm really, really shallow because I dig this person. I like them. I see them now. I see who they are now. Like, wow. And then it's like, I like that, though. Why couldn't I see how deep they were before? Now I can't hit them up and be like, hey, let's chill, because they know that I'm shallow. I rejected them. I can't come and show my face now. And people realize when it's too late. It's always hindsight, right? Hindsight is 2020. Everything is clear when, the dust has settled, and you got people tweaking, feeling all types of ways because they cannot hit your line. They cannot just add you up again. They cannot just hang again, right? They would have had to do the work, like, there are standards in place now, whether or not you put them in place, or it's just a natural thing that has happened here. When you find out who you are, you have that confidence level up. People cannot just approach you in any type of way and be like, hey, the same type of way, because you changed. So what's going on? How are they approaching you? Like, are they coming with the same drama? Are they coming with the same superficial attitude? What is it? Did they elevate? Or are they just looking at you as a meal ticket or a means to brag about you for clout? What is it? Because not everybody changes. They see the change in you. They see you're looking brand new, And all that's going on in their mind is, I want to look like that too. It's always about the looks. They didn't change, right? So, but of course, some people will, a small fraction of them, they'll see you and they say, wow, they've changed. I want to change too. And they want to change wholesomely. They're not trying to play no games, right? But I just don't feel like that ratio is anywhere near equal. A lot of times people just going to see you looking brand new and kind of wishing that, wow, they wish that they could just hit you up. They wish that they could just call you or hang out with you, and they cannot, because they've not changed, and change can be difficult. Right. So when you do that work, people know that your heart, like, I'm telling you, when people know you've done the work, right, that you are not the same person that you used to be, people know they have the work cut out for them. They literally cannot just come at you in any type of way. It could even be people who were trying to fight you in the past, or, pop off at the mouth, go crazy on you in the past. When they see that you're looking brand new and you're not like the rest, and they see that you're on a whole other level, they know for sure they cannot just approach you in the same kind of volatile way. No, they better come correct. And if they cannot come correct, don't come. Just don't come. You have free will. Don't come if you're not going to come correct, right? And so it's like, and not everybody's using their time wisely as well. A lot of people are just kind of scrolling aimlessly. They pop up, they see you on their feed, they're like, wow, so very opportunistic as well. A lot of people just seeing you like, hey, let me hit them up, without even really thinking like, wow, what have they been going through? It's always it's just superficial, right? So we got to be careful about who in the world we're letting back into our world, right? Did they do the work? Because I guarantee they probably didn't. Most of the time, like I said, the ratio is not equal, right? So definitely people want you now, right? They want you now. They need you now. There's a longing, there's that vibe there. Sometimes people just feel like how did they screw this up? How did it get to this? How did it get to the point where, they see who you are when it's too late, right? And they cannot change it. They cannot rewind time. They have to accept what it is, right? And you may have forgiven them for their grievances. It's not even nothing malicious on your end. You're just boogieing. Like, you're not trying to go backwards, right? If these people did not grow up, or if they refuse, it's like there's no malicious intent or trying to get at people or trying to be stoic and trying to be hard. You don't care about that. It's simply, okay, I see who you are. I see what you do. I see what I've done. I see where I'm trying to go. And that's that. And we don't got to reconnect. It doesn't have to be buddy ever again, So, but of course, people are not going to see it this way. They're going to be like, oh, so he thinks he's all that. And it's like, it's crazy. Definitely. It can get pretty wild when you change, when you change your ways, when you elevate, and everybody is looking at you and seeing this. And it's like, wow, darn, I missed out on this great opportunity with this individual who's clearly going up without me, without us, and we know what we did to them. We know how, how disrespectful we were to them and how we shunned them and made them feel like an outcast. Like, now you're the one that everyone's seeking. Now you're the one everybody wants to hit up. It's kind of funny how the tables turn, though, it's kind of funny. And people are hitting you up, not because, of what's on you, though. It's what's in you. Right? And sure, you may have more to your name. That comes with elevation. That comes with going up, right? It's a natural reward for your hard work. But when people realize that it's deeper than that, and it's always been, they're going to see it's a deeper type of loss, that they cannot just be at your table. They can't just hit you up. They're going to see that it's deeper, and it was always deeper. And what's deeper is harder to understand. And they feel like they just ran out of time, and they really screwed things up. No doubt. No doubt at all. Yep. Faithful, hello from Australia. That's really nice. Yeah, India, thank you so much. You said we have the strongest boundaries now. Our boundaries now are stronger than theirs and the people they know. Oh, for sure. And it runs deep, doesn't it? It runs deep. It's like now people see that, listen, your walls are up. You're not trying to accept any type of treatment. It's not going to work. Maybe it has worked. Not anymore. That's done. That ship has left the port. All right. And now you're on to bigger and better things. And people know that does not include them. All right. It does not include them, and it's a sinking feeling. All right. As we're talking about ships and boats, like people feel like it's just wow. They screwed up. They disrespected you one too many times. And it's always after the fact they see how attractive you really are. Once again, going beyond the physical sense. It's your spirit that was driving you. They could not get into it with you. They could not get to know you, right? They just looked at you up and down. Nah, I don't see it. Nah, he can't hang. He can't sit at our table. I don't see what he's good for. I don't see until you're not there anymore, right? The boss could have disrespected you, your ex-spouse, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, a family member not doing nothing with their life. It could be anybody really, who kind of shuns you, ostracizes you, not doing nothing with their life, not trying to elevate, just kind of watching you and wanting to make it seem like you're made of nothing until they see that you're at the top, right? And they can't join you and they can't skyrocket to your position. They literally got to do the work, and they realize like this time that has elapsed, it's like they can't reach you. They can't come to you with the same attitude. So yeah, that's how it is sometimes. That's how it is. Yeah, Adam says, get off my ship. Some people, they can't ride with you. They're going to have to admire you from afar, and that's going to have to be suffice. All right. These people are going to have to take their losses, and understand that, maybe if it's not you, the next person that they come across who's as real as you, don't screw it up. All right. Because this is the thing, is like people realize after the fact how important you really were to them, and there's nothing that they can do. And people want you back, though. People want you. Mm-hmm. I have no doubt in my mind that there is somebody in your life that wants you back right now. It could be anybody, though. It could be an ex-lover. It could be a family member who kind of feels like, hey, it's not the same since you've been gone. It could be a boss. It could be a coworker, a team, a workplace, kind of feeling like, wow, he had the solutions. What were we doing? Why did we shun him? Why did we micromanage him? Why did we make him feel like he was a nobody? And the reason why they made you feel like that is because, of course, they knew you were somebody. They were intimidated by it. They were intimidated by you and by your potential. They were intimidated by the fact that you were a bright light in a dark space. A lot of times you're walking into a lot of dark rooms that you light up instantly. And so it's like, yeah, people may have wanted you before, but it's almost like they fought their feelings, or they fought against what they felt about you, what they saw in you. It's like they fight against it. They don't want to come to terms with it. It's like denial. Like I don't want to believe that this guy is really who he says he is. I don't want to believe that he's really that much of a hard worker. We don't want to tell him that. We don't want to big his head up. So they're going to try to dumb you down. You understand? Like they're going to try to do the opposite, where they make you feel like crap, complete and like worthless. And so when you know your worth and you know what you're about, you're not about to stay there and take that type of nonsense. You're going to fly. It could be any situation. Then these people realize, okay, we need this guy back. All right. You may have your boss talking about, hey, we still have a position for you. You want to come back to the workplace? Come on now. It was fake before, so it's going to be fake again. People have to treat you with respect when you're in their life. And if they cannot, or if they refuse, that's on them. That's their loss. It's a heavy one. It is a heavy loss. I can sympathize with them a little bit. People are very superficial. They are afraid of what is deeper. I'm not going to sit here and say that, these people are just completely, I could say it. I could say it. I could say that they're off their rocker. A lot of them really are off their rocker, Let's keep it real here. But it's like I could kind of sympathize with them, because if I am the type of person, which I was, that was not doing the work, I was not doing the work. I did not fully heal everything and go through everything and, take care of my business, right? So it's like people see that too. They see that in me as well, right? So it's not all the time people are going to really see who you are, because you don't even know who you are, right? So it's kind of like that. But at the same time, there are these instances, right, where people see your light, though you're low, though. People can see your potential, even if you don't have everything going for you. You don't have all the components. All right. People see that you're kind of maybe a little bit frazzled. You don't really know what moves to make. So they see your potential. It's like, I'm telling you, it's really wild. It's wild. When you get to know who you are and you decide, listen, I'm not going to take the disrespect, all right, from whatever the situation is, then people will see you as completely irresistible after the fact. That's just what's going to take place. And people think that you're irresistible because they know that you're one of a kind, right? There's not anybody who's really going to match you. I mean, sure, people might try to replace you, no doubt. That satiates the ego. It really does. It satiates their ego. It fills the void for a while. People thinking, okay, I can't get him back. All right. So let me get a quick replacement. This is very, very, prevailing in romantic unions, right? Where someone cheated on you or something soured with the relationship, and people realize after the fact how much they want you, but they cannot get you back. They screwed up. They can't get you back. And so they're going to get a placeholder wife or a placeholder husband, a placeholder girlfriend, boyfriend, like somebody who can just fill that spot. All right. Because they're lonely, because they have to keep up appearances. It's a lot of things, right? And so these people are not you, though. Let's keep it real. They are not you. They're never going to be you, right? I mean, they could be cool people. I'm not saying that. They could be awesome people, but they're not you, though, right? They're not you. That's the difference. That's why these people are trying to hit you up before they get a replacement, right? Or it's so jarring to them that you're not around anymore. It could be so jarring. Like, it could be so startling to people that you're on a whole other level that they cannot even comprehend, that they can't even bring themselves to really hit you up. It's kind of like, okay, I gotta get, people are tweaking, that's the best way I could describe it, like tweaking. They got to do something quick. They gotta fix this quick. Fix it with a placeholder individual, right? Which of course is wrong, right? Because you're misleading these other third parties here, thinking that, making them think you like them for real or rock with them for real. And all you're trying to do is get back at somebody else or try to fill the spot of a real one who's no longer around. So all around is toxic, isn't it? It's not the best thing to do, right? So yeah, you're looking really good now to a lot of people, and there's no denying it. You've done the work. You've been healing. You're looking really good because you feel good about yourself. All right. It's deeper than the looks. You feel good about yourself. You've been doing the work. You've been doing the healing. You're rocking it. Right. And so it's like, of course, you're going to shine outwardly as well. Right. And it's undeniable. It's like people are looking at it and like, wow, there's something about you that's not looking like how you used to look. There's something about your vibe. How are you vibing so high now? Right. They want to know who did it. Who did this, right? They're going to start investigating. They're going to start stalking, lurking. People want to know who's making you happy now, right? Who has you now? Who's the lucky guy? Who's the lucky woman? What's the lucky workplace? Because they realize now that you are such a valuable individual that you have to be gracing somebody else. And not only that, somebody had to do this to you. Somebody had to change you. I mean, it's God. It's trusting in God, feeling, being ushered into this new role, this new life, realizing that you're deeper, realizing that you're better. You could be better, realizing that it's not all what it seems, right? What are we chasing in this world anyway? Who are we chasing? Why am I having to chase people? Why am I having to address things that should never be addressed? Should you really have to address to the boss that your wages are off? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, why are you having to address things that are obvious? Why are people trying to get at you? Why did they cheat? Why couldn't they be faithful? What is it? Why is that family member running their mouth about you? Why can't they keep it shut? It's like people keep doing things. It's like, come on, right? It's a natural consequence here that they're no longer going to be around. Now these people see, wow, we were doing too much. We did way too much, and look at how he's flying now. We can't hang with this guy now because he's changed. We have not. Like they realize that there is something about you that they cannot they cannot match it. There's something about your spirit. There's something about how you're moving now where people feel like, listen, like we can't. We could have, but we can't. And they cannot quite put it into words. It's like we could have been riding with this guy, Yeah, he didn't have everything. Yeah, he maybe didn't look the best, but then they see it's like, no, you were good. You were good in your mind. Being good in one's mind, it's deeper than anything else. They don't want to talk about that. They don't want to talk about how important it is to be good in your mind first. Everything is secondary, everything can come afterwards. You got to be good in your mind. You got to take care of yourself, and that's what substance is about. Is like being deeper, and people realize she was deep, he was deep, but they can't hit your line though. They can't call you for no advice, right? They can't call you to come back to the workplace. They cheated on you with 10 different women. He can't call you now. Because that's grimy, right? What are you doing? Right? You're above that. This is low. It's too low, too low. And people see that you're on a high. People see that you're higher. They can't come to you with that low vibrational nonsense, right? They know that you're deeper than that and you've risen above that. Sometimes we get sucked into these miserable places, where it's like, oh, I know he cheated, or oh, I know they're talking smack, but let me try to figure this out. Let me try to fix this. We do the most for people. We try to see past people. They keep showing us they don't care, right? They keep showing us like, listen, we're their punching bag. They show us in many different ways, right? That there's no respect on the table, and respect is 100% free, right? So there's no respect. There's nothing here, right? What are we doing here, right? What is going on here? So people seeing that they want you now, it's like they respect you now. They respect your hustle now. Wow, he is a hard worker. We were sitting here thinking that this guy didn't know what he was doing. We kicked him out of IT, and now he has his own IT business. So hold on a moment, right? It's hard to run your own business. So the fact that this guy's doing it after we're a whole clan over here, right? And so this guy, because he figured out what he was worth, left the company. Now he has his own IT business, and he's realer than each and every single one of you. You know what I mean? And that is deeper. That's deep. That's different. And it goes to show. Sometimes you got to cut out the middleman. Sometimes you got to do your own thing. Sometimes you cannot always rely on people to bring your spirits up. You got to bring yourself up. You got to believe who you are, what you're made of. And I had to learn that as well. Stop this like people pleasing, seeking praise nonsense. I had to stop that. I had to learn that because I was in that very low vibrational mode. And it gets you down because you stop doing what's most important. You want to appease people. You're not even putting in the work, right? That's how I was, like not even putting in the work, doing half of it, doing a morsel of it, and then saying, hey, look at me. That stuff does not work, right? That's not real. You got to be real with yourself. You got to be true, right? It's like you got to be honest with yourself too, like who you are, what you're about. And these people out here, when they see you, they want you to seek validation, right? They want you to pray and beg, like, hey, do I look good? Hey, am I good? Do you like my work? Share my business. A lot of times people are waiting to rip that apart. They're waiting to just completely like stomp the yard. They want to stomp on your dreams, and aspirations and stuff. It's like when you're no longer around because you realize what you're made of and you can do it, you can get it done. Then what? Then people see like, wow, they're looking really good right now. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, he's on it. He's on his stuff. What were we saying? What were we thinking? It's wild. Joseph says, I hate being hated by rotten people. Isn't that something though? Isn't that something? It is the most rotten-minded people. Let's keep it real. The ones that attack us the most and come after us the most. The ones that do not work on themselves, but they work towards hating on, people like you, and not wanting to try harder in life, not wanting to shift the focus to themselves. And even for the betterment of humanity as well. They don't care about that. We're around a lot of selfish people if you think about it, people who don't care about the world, they don't care about themselves, they care about clout, right? They care about appearances. They care about how, who they can beat next, competition. And competition is rampant on this planet, and so it's like when people see you're not with that, you're onto something else, you're doing big things. It's like people want you now. You're irresistible, you're looking amazing. People want to hit you up now. People want to hang now. They want to party now. They want to sit beside you. They want to say they know you, right? I mean, where's the same energy from before? Why weren't they doing all of that from before? Was I not important before? Of course you were, right? But they just didn't want to get deeper. At the time, they just did not want to get deeper. Now they see in hindsight how real you really were, how full of substance you really were. And they kind of feel like that's kind of what's lacking in their life. And it's rare. It's hard to come by. People who are deeper, people who have substance, people who aren't just into the trends, people who are they do their own thing and they're not with the herd. That's rare to come by, right? And so imagine people feeling like you're a rarity and you're no longer around. It's like this sinking feeling in their gut, like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is what we lost. This is who I'm telling you. And they start wilding out and they start acting up. People start tweaking. They will tweak until there's no more tweaking to be done. You know what I mean? And it's because you're looking really good and because you're looking brand new. You're looking fantastic. You're on your stuff. You're making big waves. They can't ride your wave though. They can't say nothing about it. All they can really do is be ushered into the role of a spectator, where they can kind of just watch what you do and be like, hey, yeah, and it sucks for them. A lot of times it does suck, but why did they do all that though? Why did they do it? Why did they do it? It's because people feel it's ego. It's ego. The ego can destroy you, and it's like, I feel like a lot of us will break people's egos down, when we don't feed into it. When you don't feed into someone's ego, you watch them fall and crumble and break. These people, they're attention seeking, and a lot of them are clout chasers. And so it's like when you don't, it's like, okay, you're not pretty enough to sit with us, So they make you feel like you're ugly, or they make you feel like you're less than. And then when the tables turn, these people see that, nah, you're actually a very beautiful spirited person. Now they want to sit with you, and they can't sit with you a lot of times because you're not around. All right, you took off, right? So it's kind of interesting when the tables turn, they see that it was always skin deep. It was never about the looks or the appearance, because now they want to hang with you. All right, they want to call you. They want to see what you're up to. They want to get your advice. They want your guidance. All right. But then in the past, it's like, no, you can't sit with us. We're too good for you. You don't look like us. You don't sound like us. You don't dress, where's the Gucci? Where's the Balenciaga? You don't look the part. People move like that. And it's like, wow. And we see how superficial people really are. We see how people, what they really feel like. And it's like when people see that you're no longer around and people see that, you've been working on yourself, then they come to the realization that, nah, it was always skin deep. This guy was always different. He was different. We made fun of him for it, or we targeted him for it. We micromanaged him for it. We wanted him to think that he was not that guy, right? But now they know you are, and now they want to hit you up. Someone said they want to know your secrets. Who said that? I'm sorry. I want to see who said that. They want to know your secrets. I'm trying to see who said that. Yeah, Reality. Hey, Reality. Hope you're doing awesome. Yeah, you said they want to know your secrets. A lot of people are going to want to know what you know. What is there to know about you? What is there to dissect? And it's because you can come across as a very mysterious individual. Once again, with those boundaries as well, it's like people just really want to know what's going on with you, but they can't because you probably not letting them in. They're being blocked probably for good reason as well. They can't hang with you, right? So there is something enticing and alluring about a lot of you here, where people are realizing in hindsight that, we judged him, we judged her, what? And now you're the mystery. Right? And now it's like what they thought they saw. They thought they had you all figured out. A lot of times it's this thing where people just kind of looking at you like, oh yeah, we know what she's about, we know what he's made of, right? And then after the fact, they see, no, we did not know. We did not know the full extent of this guy's greatness. His mind, his brilliant mind. We did not understand that. It's wild. Lee Nichols says, if your happiness disrupts their spirit, body language and energy will tell you everything. Pay attention. Oh, for sure. Oh, definitely. There's no doubt. No doubt. And to think about happiness, how basic that really is, just to be happy, right? And how that will get people like on edge, like, oh, falling over themselves because you're smiling more now. I've seen it. People don't want it. People might be used to seeing you with a frown, upset, lacking, depressed, forlorn. You know what I mean? But then it's like, now you're not like that. You got better. You got yourself out of the slump. And now people are wondering like, did he always smile like that? They're trying really hard. They're straining their memory, like trying to remember, were you always like this? Was this you? Is that you? You're unrecognizable as well. It's nuts. Yeah, reality says out of the box. Dave, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Mars says the bigger the ego, the more demonic, really, because it's very worldly, isn't it? Right? I mean, once again, there has to be a balance, right? There has to be a balance. There's nothing wrong with feeling good about yourself, looking good, You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. But if that's their people's main objective or their main mission, their main goal, the only thing that gets them out of bed, come on now. And that's why you're going to be judged a lot, because if you literally do not move this way, it's going to be a fighting battle with people. It's always going to be like a tug of war with certain individuals when they see that you literally do not move in this way, but they'll judge you for it. They can't get to know you or respect it. They will judge you for it. They will disrespect you. They will talk your name down. It's crazy. And so this is why when you're looking brand new to people and they want you now, you'll see people try to call you. People will try to call you off numbers that you don't recognize. You understand? People will make new social media accounts as though their old one isn't up anymore. I'm telling you, people do weird things as though they want to come across as they're brand new. They want to, it's like, you see them, like, you know what they're doing. They'll try to hit you up on new phone numbers, new social media accounts. Hey, it's me. Or sometimes they won't even say who it is. It's like once again, this ego thing, it's like really weird. People will literally treat you like you should know who they are right away, or that you should jump right back to them, or forgive them right away, or whatever the situation is. Like, you ever been dissed by somebody or disrespected by somebody, and then because you've glowed up and they're trying to hit you up now, these people are so stoic and so full of themselves. They'll just hit you up like, hey, what's up? They don't introduce themselves. They're acting very anonymous, but they're also acting like you should know who they are. Like, hey, it's me. Hey, what's up? It's been a long time. Who are you? You know what I mean? Like, what are you and who are you? And part of it feels like they want to remain mysterious, like you are coming off as. Part of me feels like they want to trick you or make you think that it's somebody else, because they know what they've done. So they don't want you to think it's them, but eventually they have to reveal that it's them. People move weird when you move up. People are going to move weird, all right, in certain ways that we can't even comprehend. Like, why are you doing all that? It's like, oh, you'll ask these people, who are you? Who is this? And it's like, it's me, or who do you think it is? It's like, I don't have time for that. Like, people will play a lot of games. And it's because it's like this growth that this growth that has been bestowed upon you, this new path, new energy, transformation. It's like people feel that and they see you, and it's like they start tweaking, and you make people feel so strong sometimes, such strong emotions, that when they do try to talk to you again, or if they try, how they approach you is not very human-like, there's decency missing a lot of times. There's like poor manners, uh barbaric behavior, sneaky games, coy remarks, flat responses. Like people will do a lot of weird things to try to get you to like to notice them again, or to be interested in them again, or to take them back again. And it's like it's almost like they don't want to give up the fact that they've not changed, you know? They don't want to show that because they know you have changed astronomically. You know, I mean, after all, you're the one that's looking brand new. So they're thinking like, hey, I got to come across in a certain type of way as well. And they'll try to match your energy, but they're never really going to do it. It can get pretty crazy. Yeah. Hmm. Adam says the sick mental games are whack. Tell him, Adam. Tell him how whack it is. You know, because they are, and people will play a lot of, and it is to test our intelligence here. It is to test our level of knowing. I feel like that's a part of it. That's largely a part of what's going on here. You know, people play a lot of games like, oh, haven't spoken to you in a long time, so what are you dealing with? Like people are gonna act really weird and move like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, what is this? What is this get up here? You know, they think it's a get up with you. A lot of times they think that it's just kind of, this is not you, or you're putting on a show. This is not theater. You went on a transformative life path now. So this is real. But sometimes it's too real to where people think it's got to be fake, or there's got to be a way that they can somehow intercept or kind of like intertwine themselves with you again. Or there could be a few, they could say a 1-2 word, do a 1-2 step like Sierra, you know, and try to get back into your life like how they used to be. They used to have access to you. You remember those times, you know, but it's like now these people can't just walk up into your life like that. They got to do the work, and doing the work is difficult, and it could be tedious, it could be painful. So people know like they got to pull out straws. That's why people start tweaking, and they start taking shortcuts as well, you know. And you will see the shortcuts once again, like people talking to you funny and acting weird towards you as though you did something to them. Or because remember, people pretend very well, right? That's theater, okay? When people can't even approach you and be real with you, even after how they see how real you are, they're coming at you, seeing that you're brand new. They want you again, trying to pursue you, trying to get you back, trying to get you to come around again. But they're playing games though. So what's going on here? And they're gonna see real quick that you're not into that. You've elevated above that. It's wild. Not everyone elevates, guys. Not everybody elevates at the rate that you have, and not everybody cares like that. Some people are just moving through life, just kind of sailing through, not really living, just existing, you know? But then you will pique their interest. It will be you, somebody like you, who piques their interest and gets them into a mode of reality. A lot of people are in a fantasy, you know, they're living a fantasy in their mind, they're in their own utopias, they're not grounded in reality. But they see that when it's you, it's real. That's it, you know. They can't come to you with that fake stuff. No, 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 no. It's going to be fruitless, all right? And it's going to be a waste of time. And you do have people tweaking. You will have people tweaking. You will have people shook, right? Because it's like people are seeing you in a way where it's like, how did they miss this? And it kind of messes with their mind as well. It messes with their mental, like, what? It couldn't have been that I missed all of that, you know? But yes, it was. They did miss all of that. Or they tried to dumb it down to where it's like they can't ignore it now. They can't ignore who you really are. Like I said, people will antagonize you because they see your bright light growing, right? But then it's like when you're really gone and it's really real and it's really permanent and they can't get you back, then they have no choice but to accept who you really are. And then they see, oh man, you know, like they really screwed up here. And they're hoping that you throw them a lifeline, something, you know? So yeah. Yeah, Overgrind TV says shining like a diamond. Yes, and you got to keep shining as you do. And trust me when I say that you're shining in a way where a lot of people just, they, once again, it's deeper. It's deeper. It's deeper than what's on you. They know now. They know now. They know that and they're watching you. People are watching you, keeping tabs on you because you're looking really good right now. Once again, skin deep, right? I mean, of course you can look very attractive, but what I'm saying is it's always skin deep, and that's where the substance lies, right? And when you have substance, there are people who are going to be obsessed with you. There's going to be people who are obsessed because they see that there's something like, this can go far. Whatever this is, it can go far, but they may have screwed it up, right? So it's like they can't just walk back in your life like nothing happened. That's delusional. There has to be work on both ends. And if you're the one that did the work and they did not, there's your answer. Do you really want that type of drama, nonsense, and lack of growth in your life when you've been doing the opposite? Because you can't fix everybody and you can't take everybody with you. You're looking brand new. You're looking brand new. People want you now. People want you. You're irresistible. Mm-hmm. And once again, it's like the fumbling here is astronomical, especially when people hurt you so badly, so deeply, and so completely, where it's like you're done. You've wiped your hands clean. You're not trying to say nothing else. You're not trying to say too much. Sometimes pain can do that to us, where it's so jarring and so hurtful that there's nothing to say. They did what they did and it's done and that's it. And there's no going back. Sometimes that hurts the perpetrators a lot too as well. Like, whoa, you didn't chase them. You're not fighting for them. You're not giving them another chance. What? And it's like they don't realize how many chances a lot of times you actually gave to them. Who do they think you are, really? So definitely there's somebody in your life right now that wants you badly, right? That they feel like there's a longing. They want you. They need you. They desire you. They miss your company. They miss how real it was. They hear you now, though you're not around. They hear you, though. They feel you, right? They see you. Whereas before it's like, I don't want to be seen with this guy. Now it's like they want to be seen with you. They want to sit with you, sit at your table. You're the cool kid now, right? You're the cool person now. They're the one. You were always cool, though. I mean, it's like I said this before in a few streams and videos, but it's like you could probably get down with anybody, but not everybody can get down with you. It's very, very deep. It's like you can get down. You may think that you may be extremely successful, doing very well for yourself, and nothing will ever stop you from getting down to someone else's level and respecting that person and cherishing that person and bigging them up when they have their little wins. Even if you're up here, you can get down to their level. Not everybody can do that. It's like a superpower. Not everybody is going to see themselves up here and then get down to your level if you're below them. They're going to look like you like, not my type. Nope, not my thing. Nope, don't look the part. Nope, no Maserati, no Lambo. Nope, can't be seen with you. All right, you don't live in the hills. You live there. You live in the hood. Nope, can't. Don't want to be seen with you. Don't want to rock with you. You take the bus. You don't have no whip. Nope. And it's like people never want to get to know you. You're pursuing that career. That's not for you. I don't want nobody who's gonna do that. I need somebody who's a baller. I need somebody who's, you know what I mean? It's like people want you to fit the part. They want you to be that person in their utopia, though. Utopia. It reminds me of the cheesecake situation. The Cheesecake Factory situation where that woman was so shallow that her date was taking her to the Cheesecake Factory. What is the world coming to now? Like, really, what is that? What is that to publicly humiliate another human being because they did not take you to a fancy location? Or first of all, keeping in mind, right, Cheesecake Factory, what's wrong with it? It's cheesecake and there's other food on the menu. What's the problem? The problem is there's too many shallow people on the planet. And now with social media so rampant, so prevalent, it's like anyone can get exposed for doing something that really should be a private moment, doesn't need to be broadcasted. But with the flip of a phone, it's like, let's expose this guy for taking me to the Cheesecake Factory like a peasant. And it's like, wow. And you could see the type of planet that we're living on and the residents of the planet. Some people are very shallow. And that video really triggered me. Like how disrespectful is that? To make, what if the guy was going to build up to it, right? What if he was going to build up? He doesn't really know you. And then I remember her saying in the video too, like, the guy saying, well, you wouldn't even let me in your apartment when I was coming to pick you up. You didn't want me in your apartment, but then you want me to take you there? It's like, what? And the double standard is messy, very low, right? So it's like when you have no substance, like that woman in that video, she has no substance. There was nothing deeper to her. She's a shallow individual who wanted to feel important. But up here, rotten. And that's what it was, rotten. Disrespected the guy. Maybe if he got to know you, he really liked you. He saw that you were deeper. If he saw that you were deeper, it could have been built up to that. What you were thinking that you wanted, that steakhouse, that lobster house, or seafood place, right? Whatever she was looking for. But now he sees who you really are. He don't want you. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm just keeping it real. It's like, no, you have to have substance. It has to be real. And so it's like when people lose out on somebody like you, it's like getting down to someone's level. You could be a CEO eating at Burger King. Like, what's wrong with that? Sure, you have the money to eat anywhere. Sure, you have the funds to fly anywhere. But can you get down to someone else's level, though? And is it real? Right? But not everybody can get down to your level. Not everybody wants to. It's just, no, they can't do that. They can't ruin the image until you're no longer around, until they see that you're a real one. So that's what I like to say. Like, you probably can get down to anybody's level, no matter how high you think you are. When it's the reverse, people don't play fair. They don't do the same thing. They don't play the same game. They don't feel the same way about you, right? And so you just got to move as you move, and you will undoubtedly attract real ones to your life, people who will value you, people who will respect you, and you'll know when it's real. You will know. Yeah, Sharon says, good he saw who she was early. Yeah, that was the blessing, wasn't it? I felt so bad for the guy. I felt bad for the guy being just publicly outed. And there's so many instances of this, like the woman taking the guy on the plane, like, oh, I cannot believe that you took me on a regular plane and not this whatever first class that she was expecting. Shaming the guy on the plane. It's like, what are we doing here? What is this? I'm telling you, when it's deeper and when it's real, it's attractive. Deeper is always going to be attractive, even if it's hard to understand or if it takes a little bit of time for people to warm up to you. It's like when people do, they're not going to regret it, and you are truly unforgettable to a lot of people, which is why you leave this imprint on people's lives. You do leave this imprint. People do miss you when you're gone. There is a void that they cannot fill, and they'll try to fill it. You'll see, but it's not going to be the same, so there has to be a level of respect even when you're down here. That's what they don't understand. That's what they don't get. You can be down here but still have an upward movement mindset up, but your material world may be lacking. Sure, it's possible, right? But you could be in the slums with a mindset at the top of the hills, right? And that's because you have a vision, but you just don't have all the components yet. And what's wrong with that? You'll get there because it starts with that mindset first. Everything else follows. Without your mind, without your brain working, how do you even walk? It shows that your brain is the driving force of everything that you do, including the moves that you make and the way that you see life. And if you have optimism versus are you pessimistic, right? You got to be positive at all times. You got to be real. You got to be true to yourself as well. And so, yes, everybody, as I close out this stream, I want to say thank you guys so very much for stopping by on this live stream. Thank you guys so much for all those who generously donated by way of the super chats. Always, always kind. Thank you so much. All of the likes on the stream, all of the watches, all of the insight. It's always so welcome and so enriching to me. I love coming on here, speaking with all of you, seeing all of you. It's so awesome. You guys are helping the channel grow. It's priceless. It really is priceless. I truly appreciate it. And I love being here talking to you guys. It's cool. It's wholesome. It's nice, And so definitely as I close this out, there is somebody who really thinks that you're irresistible, really wants you, needs you, looking at you like you're brand new. Like, who is that? You got to be true to yourself as well. Of course, you can have discernment. You can let these people back in, of course, but it has to be real. It must be real, or it's always going to be this flimsy type of union where it feels like nothing is sacred and it's simply too shaky, right? So we got to make sure that even if we let people back in, is it real? Is there substance now coming from their end? Because you're real. So what about them, right? Take stock, and live life to the fullest, live your best life. Don't just exist, live life. You know what I mean, everybody? So thank you guys so very much for stopping by, and showing me love and showing the channel love. And I'm sending all that love right back to all of you guys. Of course, I'll stay connected on the community posts, of course. Hope you guys have been enjoying the videos and the streams. And once again, just thank you guys all for your time. Your time is valuable to me. And so once again, thank you so much for being here, guys. I know you guys are busy. You guys are doing a lot of things, and working hard and making big moves. So keep doing that. But thank you so much for the time you do share with me here on the Mindset Elevator. Is awesome. All right, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and close this stream off. I love you guys so much. Keep doing what you guys do. And I'll definitely see you guys soon. All right. So take care and keep elevating. Keep going up. Bye, everybody.